What's going on, Paisanos? V here. Come on, you guys. Well, we're done on a market wash today. Yeah, no, the band's still not here. Nobody knows what's going on. We just gotta wait. I know a lot of people are impatient, and rightfully so. I mean, this is something I don't think Konami really understands or respects, is the fact that players, including myself, by the way, have a lot of money at stake in this game. It's not just a trading card game. Players see it as an investment. Players are going in and wanting to buy some of these cards, or players are waiting to buy some of these cards. Nevertheless, people got money that they want to dump in a card game that is debating on whether or not to release a list that will help shape the game in the future. And I think that's something really important that, like, once again, I just really want to reiterate, I don't think Konami fully understands that. Or maybe they just don't care, who knows? But one thing that's for sure is the market is always moving. And I always say this because it's so true. The trading card game market for Yu-Gi-Oh! Is constantly moving faster than any trading card game out there. Pokemon's market, maybe besides collector's market, it's not as fast. Magic the Gathering's market, what, you mean the digital one or the one meant for collectors? Because the competitive market is almost at in hibernation. The Yu-Gi-Oh! Market is always moving. And I think it's something really important to know, and I really wish Konami would respect that whenever they say a ban list. No sooner than whenever. Well, to be honest with you, you can't tell people to wait on money that they want to spend on your product. That's the dumbest thing I've heard in my life. Oh yeah, no, we're gonna have a ban list, but you have money, but wait until we have the ban list. So don't spend your money on a product yet. Something I never really liked or agreed with Konami, and I really wish they, once again, understood that. I really wish they fully grasped the fact that the market is always moving. You lose money daily by players that could be buying your product that are just not. Guys, if you're new to the channel, please make sure to subscribe button, like button, and comment down below. Comment question of the day. Now, I love doing these if you worked at Konami kind of comment questions, because I love reading the responses. And obviously, the #1 response would be, well, V, I'd make the bans come out on like March 18th or whatever, whatever. But I really do like the response from you guys. So let's ask it again and try to make it not banlist related if possible. Maybe. I don't think. The comment question of the day obviously is going to be, if you were to Konami, what would you want to do? Like, what would be your #1 goal? Now, if guys stay tuned to the end of this video, I'll actually tell you what I would do. The first thing I would do if I had worked at Konami, what I would want to get immediately focusing on. But looking at the market, cards like Tri-Brigade Fractal, which, I mean, I don't know if Tri-Brigade's going to get hit in the bans or not. I don't think it's going to. And I do think this deck will survive the meta shift. Despite the fact that it's not really, it's a combo deck. That's what it is. But I think this is one of the very few combo decks, and there's another one we'll talk about in a second, that could survive the bans. Looking at Tri-Brigade Fractal out of Phantom Rage with a $16 market price. This card used to be like $6 to $8. The value of the card right now is roughly around $16 a copy. If you're looking to play any Tri-Brigade variant, you're probably gonna need 3 of these cards. Phenomenal card. Looking at Chamber Dragon Maid, you would think its price point is actually $38. I'll get to that in a second. Something weird's happening, and this is why I'm always skeptical as far as TCG players' sales. It's not TCG players' problem. It's how it's designed. I'll talk about that in a second. But Chamber Dragon Maid with a current $38 price point, see right there, $38. Well, the market price says it's $52 or $53, which you want to round up. What's happening? It's simple. People are coming in with a decent amount of sales, but the sales percentage, 95.7, and this is why I'm so critical on that sales percentage. Anything under, I'll say, 97 is kind of cutting it, ideally 98%, means to me that I'm just not going to buy from them. Maybe there's certain criteria. If they're a Ghost Star seller and they have the gray check mark, meaning they're a card shop, then yeah, if it's 97, I probably would still buy. Their card shop, their Ghost Star, more verifiable. After 137 sales, this guy being 95, houses the card at $38. Here's the thing though, you get what you buy. You buy a $38 Chamber Dragon Maid, which normally after that one's gone, by the way, it goes for $51. You're gonna get the quality of sales from a guy selling with 95%. In any other place, 95% is pretty good. Here, in TCG Player, it's not. This is why, once again, I'm very critical on these sale prices. I don't care about anything. When I buy cards, I mostly buy from either, if they have a gold check mark or a gray check mark. Ideally want to buy from both, more or less the gray check mark to support a local OTS store, and a gold check mark because someone is verifiable as a good seller. When it's no check mark, it's kind of hard. Don't get me wrong, if you're a new seller like this guy over here with 5 sales, you're trying to get to a gold check mark, but realize the fact that you might not sell fast as a gold check mark because they earn that right. And I'm not saying you don't deserve it, but you need to earn it. Nothing's given for free. You earn the right to have a gold check mark. That's important. And you earn the right to maintain a gold check mark. Someone just subscribed to my channel. Thanks for subscribing. But yeah, I would not be buying the $38 version of this card. I would more likely look for the 51 if that was you guys, unless you want to have some hassle to save some money. Look at that Skytrak Ace Rose. This card had initial sold ultra rare with almost near $15 market price. Well, it's roughly around $17 to $18. Skytrak is such a loved deck, and I really feel like Rose, okay, it's money. It's a lot of money. But is it really worth it? Not really. I think people buying Skytrakers right now are buying it because, well, they want to have the deck. It's a beautiful looking deck, max rarity. Also, the deck can play at a tier 2 slot. Not too bad. One thing I will say about Skytrakers, there's not a lot of people selling Skytrakers. And I think that's the reason why we see cards like Rose and other Skytraker cards, like the Ultimate Rares, out of the OTS packs, have such a high value. Because no one's dumping that into the market. The market can't simply replenish that. You can't go to your local OTS store and buy packs of Ignition and start trying to pull an Ultra Rare Rose. It's just not happening. And it's not happening mass enough to dump the price point. So that's why we're seeing Skytraker cards rise in value. That's the really only reason why. And to be honest with you, I really wish Konami, even though I don't like this whole like anime girl kind of thing, not that I hate it, but I feel like it's been overdone, but overdone improperly. I would love to see another tier 1 anime girl-esque deck, but done properly. And I feel like Skytrakers, as much as I personally wasn't my playstyle, it was a great deck. And not only it was a great deck, it was a great deck with great artwork, great animation, and phenomenally promoted by Konami. I wish Konami did more with it, like a Skytraker, more playmats, maybe more product as far as binders and sleeves, maybe even shirts. People would buy those things. And unfortunately, I feel like this is a missed opportunity with this one. But since the game's still going good, let's make another one. Make it tier 1, and let's keep it going. I really wish they could make like maybe like an anti-Skytraker one. Just same thing with Cosmos when they had like their own. I know they had like the Wicked Witch and Dorothy. Expand on that. There's so much more there. But yeah, look at Skytrak Ace Rose. I think the reason why it's so high once again because nobody's really selling it. Then we have IB Masquerena. The Megaton one, when it first came out, really dumped in price point, and now it's coming back up. The Megaton Prismatic Rares are roughly around $13, whereas the original Ultra Rares are at $14. There's going to be a point in time where I think these will flip, where the Prismatic will hold more money due to the fact that it's higher rarity. The reason why the Prismatic is a little bit lower right now, well, simple, because 2020 Megatons just came out in 2020. So I think this is gonna flip. So if you have the Ultra Rares, you might want to consider selling it, getting the Prismatic, because I do think that one would hold more value in the future. Why is Fortune Lady ever worth money? At a Rising Rampage, a card with a $10 market price is roughly around, well, Unlimiteds are at $12. First Universal is also holding roughly around $12 for Fortune Lady Every. Why is this card worth money? I know someone might go there. Duel Links, I guess, sure. But who builds like Duel Link decks? It's called Speed Duels. Why are we doing with this? Anyway. It's worth money, because maybe anime girl, you let me know in the comment section down below. Then we have some hand traps. Number 1, Ghost Sister and Spooky Dog with original print Secret and Dark Neostorm is highly undervalued, with the price point less than $5 in the market price. The value of this card Unlimited being roughly, well, once again, under $5. But if you want a first edition version of this card, it's going to run you a little bit more, about $7 to almost near $8 a copy. Why is Ghost of Spooky Dogwood not being looked at right now? Well, the reason is simple. Nobody cares about this card because the meta doesn't need this card. When the meta needs this card, it'll go up in value. Simple, see? The problem with that is, we're going to see a banless shift in which Ghost of Spooky Dogwood might not see as much play. But here's where it gets, where I TC play, whatever. Here's where I flip it on you. In a slower format that we're going to be going to time a lot often, I think we can all agree, when the format's more mid-range, the format gets slower, meaning that we'll see more players go into time. Cards like Ghost and Spooky Dogwood might actually be one of the best cards in the entire meta, but we don't know about it yet. If the format doesn't slow down anymore, once again, we're going to have players going to time, and siding a Ghost Sister and Spooky Dogwood might be the most craziest MVP play you can do. Imagine how many couple of minutes left on the clock, you side this card in, your opponent goes first, obviously, and the first special summon you chain Ghost and Spooky Dogwood to. What are you going to do? You're going to pass your turn. Now I have an opportunity not only to kill you, but I'm also up on life points. How much time's left on the clock, you say? Time's in a round. This card's insane with this bad time ruling we currently have right now. Like, you use the tools that's available to you, okay? That's what it is. And this card's, like I said, and I know there's other versions. If you don't want to buy the original Print Secret Rare, TCG Player one day will show it to us, but not today. But there are other versions of the card. But I do think the best version, obviously, is the original Print Secret Rare, because it's the highest rated version, highest percentage chance of this card going up in value in the future. Ghost Morning Moon Chill is a card I really just never liked. When this card first came out, it was like $35, and I would have people hit me up, V, you're insane, the card's so good, the card's seen play, and for a while it did see play as a 2, I believe. Looking at Ghost Morning Moon Chill at a returning code with a almost near $18 market price, the value of the card is roughly around between $17 and $18. Why is this card not doing anything? Well, one, it's not doing anything because the format's way too fast. Number two, it's not doing anything because we technically already have this card. It's called Effect Veiler. I know some of you might go, but V, it does so much more. Sure, but it does so much more that we just don't care about. That's going to really impact your opponent's plays. Every hand trap that we're seeing, Droll Lockbird, Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, Nibiru, is a pretty impactful hand trap. It's a hand trap that has a lingering effect in the terms of Droll Lockbird. It's a hand trap that has an insanely broken effect like Nibiru, or it's a hand trap that does so much, you just have to include it in. Ghost Morning Moon Chill does not fit any of those criteria, and that's why it's not seeing value. Can it see value in the future? To be honest with you, I don't know, to be honest. And I really wish I did, because I don't hate this card. I would love the meta in which this card is viable, but it's not viable in the meta right now, and I don't see it in the foreseeable future. I would recommend you sell this card if you don't have it already, if you have it already. Prank Kids Do might be yet another amazing combo deck. Ask any Prank Kids players and playing the deck for a while, or look at the OCG in which Max C's at 3. The deck's one of the most dominant decks in that meta, with 3 Max C's. Now, if you look at Prank Kids Do, this card actually is lying to you in its price point, with an $8 market price. The value of the card, well, once again, 8 sales at roughly around $8, and then the card starts slowly hitting $10. In fact, if you go to a confirmed seller, the price point is just barely under $10 for a Prank Kid Do. You need about 2 of them, by the way. And the other Prank Kid cards are almost like this in a way in which the values of the market price versus regular values, it's kind of all over the place. But I think this card is definitely, and Prank Kids in general, definitely a deck that I also can see surviving the ban list. A lot of players might think this deck might be dead right now, and they might not be wrong. I think it's pretty good, to be honest with you. But one thing I'm pretty confident on is this deck surviving the ban list, which is a big deal if you don't have Prank Kids already. So, I want to talk about some old stuff, like Quick Draw Synchron, Turtle Pack Booster 6 Super Rare, with a $19 price point, and how it's currently $16 to $17. The price point, by the way, quickly spikes up to $25 after a couple of sales, because nobody's looking at this right now. I think Quick Draw Synchron's a huge on the value card. It saw very short meta play for a while, and then it quickly went away. But I think this card is still a really good card that you might want to consider picking up. Yeah, there are other versions of Quick Draw Synchron. You can get the Ultra Rare, $5 by the way. You can get the Dual Turner one, which is under $1. And there's a bunch of commons you can get, but if you want the best rarity, it's going to be the Super Rare at a Turtle Pack Booster 6. Once again, this value is super underrated for this card. Another card I think is really cool is Tuning Ultimate Rare. This card is tanking by the day. And the thing about this card is I don't know whether to buy it now or do I just wait until it just keeps going lower, because it's not stabilizing. With a near $53 market price, the version of this card, well, depending on how you want to get it. If you want French versions, it's $51. After that, it's $56. After that, it's $59. After that, it's $70. The value is all over the place for Ultimate Rare tunings, and I do think in time this card price will start going back down. I don't think it's going to go back down to like $25, but I do think it could go down to a price point in which we could probably, you know, get it at a relatively decent $45, $50 maybe. That's not a bad price to grab tuning, and I do think this card, as well as Quick Draw Synchron, are cards that will one day see play in this game. These cards are great, just not now. Then we have King of Skull Servants. And you might say, V, why? Well, besides the fact that this common Turtle Pack Booster 4 with a $1.88 market price is roughly around $11. Besides that, almost any version of this card is kind of crazy. Looking at Skull King, I mean, you get the other versions over here, commons of 7s. This one says 3 from Lost Millennium. It's just money. But my favorite version of Skull Servant at a Speed Duels Tournament Pack 2 with a $78 market price is roughly around $125. Well, why is it worth so much money? Because nobody cares about Speed Duels. Nobody's looking at it. And I always tell you, Paisanos, if nobody's looking at it, check it out. If nobody's caring about this card, oh, it's Speed Duels. You don't need to worry about Speed Duels. Speed Duels? Who plays that? Speed Duels? The guy that kind of created Speed Duels, the European guy, Matt Bell, he's gone. It's gone. It's a dead format. Maybe. You might have a point, actually. But it doesn't mean the cards are dead cards. Speed Duel Tournament Pack cards are insanely difficult to get. Speed Duel Tournament Pack cards are only given to stores who can run Speed Duel events. And Speed Duels as a format is not that bad of a format. It's pretty fun, to be honest with you. The most important that you need to hear is that these Tournament Pack cards are worth so much money. We talked about the other day about Dark Magician Girl. Coming out of Speed Duel Tournament Pack 1, this card, when it first came out, was like $2 to $3. Quickly going to $5 to $6, and now the card's roughly around $30. I think it's like $25 actually. Might have went down a little bit for Dark Magician Girl at a Speed of Tournament Pack 1. And you might go, V, that card's hard to pull. That's what you're wrong. You see, in Speed Duel Tournament Packs, their supers are all commons in OTS packs. The Ultra Rares are OTs, once again, from Speed Duel packs to Ultra Rare packs. The pull ratio of Dark Magician Girl and Speed Duel Tournament Pack 1 is insanely low. So if you're out there and you're looking to say, V, I want to really get involved and get some good value cards and not really do all the work, but get all the value, how do I do that? How do I get all the value, but do none of the work? Sure. Build a crappy Speed Duel deck, enter a Speed Duel Locals, get a Speed Duel 1 OTS pack. Experiment 1 pack. Job's done. You can literally drop after round 1. You can sign up and go, and I'm done. And still bank that OTS pack in the Speed Duel remote duels. Talk to the remote duel locals who are running those events and do it. Now, I'm not saying sign up and drop. That'd be crazy. I mean, I don't want to, you know, get suspended like that. I'm not saying that. But if you was to sign up and drop, allegedly, okay, this is whatever, you would still get a Speed of 21 pack for $5 that can contain a Dark Magician Girl. That's like $25. Free cardboard? And if you pull, hold on a second. So I'm going to type it in right here because there's other cards. And one thing, that's Tournament Pack 1. Obviously, looking at Tournament Pack 2, there's good value here. There's insanely good value here. But let's go to Tournament Pack 1 for a quick second. Let me see if I can find Dark Magician Girl. Here we go. Dark Magician Girl, what is she? Like 25 bucks? Yeah, $25. Okay. Let's say this OTS has to be Tournament Pack 1. You can pull a Blue Eyes White Dragon. Oh, no, true. The most valuable card. Once again, this is for $5. That card's worth $250. Our current OTS don't got value like that. What are you doing? You can put Dark Magician, Relinquish, Aspect Dragon, Harpy. These are all collectible cards. By the way, once again, like I said, the pull ratio of Dark Magician Girl is insanely high because it's considered a common as an OTS. It's like that. So I think this is something a lot of people aren't looking at, but should always be focusing on this. And I think it's really important because the values of cards like Dark Magician Girl, can we agree? It's gonna go high in value. Blue Eyes Dragon, Dark Magician, and Speed of Swan Pack 1 Ultra Rares, insanely hard to get. Collectors are gonna want it. It's inevitable. So what are you doing with that information? Now, once again, this is only if you sign up. You sign up and you play the Speed of tournaments. I'm not saying to sign up and drop because Konami's been really heavy thumbed on their banning player button. Sometimes rightfully so. Sometimes I don't know, kind of sketchy. But yeah, you can sign up and do whatever you want to do with information. I'm pretty sure an OTS locals wouldn't care either way. Throwing it out there. They have a job. And if you make it easier, I don't think they would really mind. Anyway, Moratronic Self-Font on Turbo Pack Booster 3 is dirt cheap right now. And I kind of want to get it. Let me know what you think about this in the comments section down below. But Moratronic Self-Font with $12 market price is roughly around, well, $11, $11 to 12 bucks. I don't think Moratronics will be a blowout deck in the future. But being a fanboy of deck cores that we all are, why not bought your Moratronic Self-Fonts at Turbo Pack Booster 3? It's a really nice old school super rare, and I kind of like old school Turbo Pack cards, super rares, because they have like a dark tinge to them. If anyone has one, you know, you'd be able to see it and tell. But like, I kind of like that a lot. I don't know, something about that's kind of cool. But looking at Moratronic Self-Font, it's highly undervalued right now, and nobody's looking at it right now, so you should probably be considering it. And then we have Kriston Phoenix at Invasion Vengeance is ultra rare with $11 market price. Is on sale. Well, the unlimited $9.74. If you want a first generation version, it's $10. Still on sale though. Looking at Kriston Phoenix, I do think this is a really cool card. If you have it in your collection lying around, sell it because it's for your money. So might go V, but Kriston Phoenix is so, you can see playing X and Y deck. Sure. You know how many other Kriston cards are the same? There was a ultra I talked about the other day. It was like 20 something. I sold mine. I looked at my stuff. I found one. I was like, and got rid of it. So yeah, I guess you can hold for hype. I sell into the hype. That's what I do all the time. I barely hold cards unless I truly believe the hype will pan out, which at times it can, but more or less it doesn't. And this is when you sell these cards before they start going back into the dollar binder. Anyway, Paisans, I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. Hey, make sure to hit that follow button. Make sure the like button. Bans is coming out any second now. In fact, I think Bans is out right about, well, no sooner than. Listen, I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. Like I said, hit the like button. I'm going to do a live stream when the bands does come out. We're going to talk about the market. We're going to talk about the impacts. Because another thing I talked about the other day, actually, to a buddy of mine, was whatever, if something big's hitting the ban list, it's going to change the market. We know this. But if the bands comes out and it's not a big ban list, if it's a crappy ban list and they don't hit anything, that's just as important, if not maybe even more important, than Konami making huge locks and unlocks of the cards within the ban list. Keep an eye out. And like I said, make sure to hit the like button, that notification bell when I do my live streams. It's going to be a big live stream. It's going to be crazy. And we're going to evaluate the entire ban list as far as the locks and unlocks. And maybe things that haven't been touched and see where they can go. It's your boy V, and you paisanos. You must have a great day.